Comic books, anime, video games, sci-fi. If you've been made fun of for it, we're probably going to talk about it.
Everyone pretend podcasting isn't boring.
This is Nerd Radio.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Emmett Brown. I'm standing on the parking lot at Twin Pines Mall, and this is temporal experiment number 1.
Welcome, everyone, to this week's Nerd Radio. Wherever you get your podcast is part of the B-Pod Studios Network, and, of course, all of your social media at Nerd Radio 101. I'm your host, Chuck Bean, joined once again by my co-host, James.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Al Beck.
Hey, yeah.
I like
so
that.
confusing. They gave us the Nick Cage while he introduced the other person.
But he really sold it, too. Like, he was not letting go. He
Yep.
even went and called me the Al Beck.
Yep.
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
he's really...
For sure.
Yeah, that's a callback from last week that I can't believe you remember to do.
I absolutely remembered to do it because I knew it was going to be kind of fun. So
Get ready, it'll be the new routine.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to hammer that joke right into the ground. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of nerd stuff because that's what you tuned in for, of course. Like I said at the top of the show, comic books, anime, video games. We're going to start with Wrestlemania.
Wrestlemania.
Great. Well, I'm glad I brought my laptop, but I actually have a lot of work to do, so you guys go ahead.
Al's always prepared, just like a Boy Scout.
Yeah.
All right.
Prepared
Well,
for any
And then
occasion.
anyone watching the Twitch stream live, which they can do, James.
At twitch.tv/checkpointxp.
Boom! Look at that! Look at that! We don't even need you, Chuck. We don't need you.
all right.
Come back! Where are you coming? We
wait.
need you.
I need somebody to talk to WrestleMania about, Al. You just checked out to do your work.
Right.
All right.
And of course, we do that Wednesdays around 11:30 a.m. You can turn on live. That's Twitch. So anyone listening to the podcast
So passionate.
might think I'm kidding, but anyone watching Twitch live right now is going to see me leave the camera because I really do have a bunch of work to do. So you guys
We'll have
take
stuff to talk-
all the time you need to talk about wrestle fun.
Yeah, no, we'll have stuff
Yeah.
to get your opinion on coming up.
Sure.
But first, let's talk about, we just got through WrestleMania week, which
did.
was a full week.
It was kind of cool. It was fun having professional wrestling on in some aspect for almost an entire week every night.
Yeah, did you enjoy it? Like the Hall of Fame and then NXT and
I did
Raw
for the
and
most part. I did
SmackDown?
with my schedule and my sleeping. I'm getting a CPAP machine, so I'm hoping this will help some of my sleep issues. But
Cool.
I'm dead asleep by like 8:45, 9 o'clock at night. I
Okay.
cannot stay awake unless I drink an energy drink or something.
Right.
So the first hour of most things, or the first couple hours of most programs,
Right.
awesome.
Yeah.
What happened at the end, I don't know. And I'm talking about WrestleMania, everything. Like I fell asleep. Like the first night of WrestleMania, I thought it was okay, but I fell asleep, and it's not due to the matches that were booked.
No,
It
it's
was
just you just
I'm
get
just-
sleepy.
I'm
at
an
that
old man.
Point in time.
Soon I got to start eating dinner at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon so I can be in bed by 6 p.m. like Al Beck.
I over the last
You're
year
trying to pull me in. Trying to see if I'm paying attention or not.
over the last year, I've fallen into this pattern where I take a nap around like between 2 and 4 in the afternoon, almost like every day.
Nap time.
So if I'm around 2 and 4 in the afternoon, if I'm not doing anything, oh boy, do I get drowsy.
Yeah, I bet. I believe it.
If I'm not, driving or doing something here, just
Something to keep your mind working, keep you awake.
I gotta go. And the cats even will like around 2 in the afternoon, they'll be like, "Come on!" They'll
Yeah, they're
start leading me into the bedroom, like, "Come on, it's nap time. Come on, you got to get your nap in."
Chuck's falling the pussy in the bedroom.
Who doesn't?
It really, it happens more often than you think in our house. It really does.
Oh, I bet.
But let's talk about
With that ponytail, I bet it happens all the time.
Let's talk about WrestleMania. So let's start with NXT because that's pretty much where, there was the Hall of Fame. I did not watch because I knew they were going to play highlights from it.
William Shatner was inducted to the
Whoa!
WWE Hall of Fame.
Oh, I'm in.
Yeah.
You'll see me on Twitch back on camera.
And I didn't realize he had anything to do with WWE
Yep.
at any point in time whatsoever. So that caught me by surprise.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the whole Hall of Fame ceremony. The Bella Twins I saw at the beginning. I think
Right.
they were like one of the first ones to get inducted. And then William Shatner.
JBL was in.
Oh yeah, JBL saw his induction as well. He had a long speech.
Ozzy
Very long
Osbourne got
speech.
inducted into
Yeah.
their Hollywood
I
wing.
do feel like James is such a troll at heart that he trolls when he doesn't even realize it. Because I'm like, you know what, guys? It's great you got wrestling to talk about because I've actually got a lot of stuff I need to do.
Right.
And this is like the second time where he said something where it's like
finding
directly
things.
pulling me back in. Like,
Yep.
he's going to want to talk about William Shatner.
Right.
If I hadn't said I'm busy over here, he never would have brought that up.
I probably would have forgot all about it.
Right.
But it is funny because when you're like, work to do, I was trying to think of things that you might be interested in speaking about, but it didn't hit me until Chuck was like, the Hall of Fame. I was like, oh yeah, Shatner. Al, Shatner. He's a part of the Hall of Fame now.
Such a troll.
No, he got to punch Jerry Lawler like way back in the 90s.
That's crazy. That's
So
cool.
some
I
fun
wasn't
stuff.
watching at that
He
point.
did
in
the
time,
Andy Kaufman.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool.
He got to knock down Jerry Lawler. But so the Hall of Fame was on Tuesday. You can go back to work.
Yeah,
cool.
We're done.
See
We're
you,
done with
Twitch.
Shanner. Bye.
The Hall of Fame was on Tuesday, and then the next 2 nights, Wednesday and Thursday, were NXT's Stand and Deliver. Did you watch any of that?
I did.
Yeah.
The first 30 minutes about each night, I think I made it through.
Did you get to see Tommaso Ciampa and Walter?
I saw the beginning of the match, and then I was out.
That was a hell of
Was
a
it
match.
a good one?
That was a hell of a match.
Those
guys,
two would probably be the most I'd be excited to see next to Finn Balor.
right.
But I hate that guy.
Karrion Kross?
Karrion Kross.
You don't
I
like
hate him so much, which he wins. When I
Yeah.
hate him, he wins. But I got to let him have the W because I hate him so much. But it's mostly because of the lip syncing intro that they do whenever they walk into the
With
ring.
his girl Scarlett.
Yeah, with
that
this girl,
lip-syncs
whatever
his-
she does, she's got too much Botox in her lips, so to relieve some of the pain, she pretends to sing songs and summon some sort of weird demon thing. I don't know. It's just, I hate the cinematic walk into the ring while she's like singing a song.
I'm starting to get the impression that she may not be real cool with it. Like she's starting to look real awkward doing it. She's starting to look like she's
starting
self-conscious
to hate
about
it?
it. I don't know about hate it, but it's like she's self-conscious. Like this is weird.
She probably gets
Why
a lot
am
of
I
crap from
doing
people on the
this?
internet. There's probably nerds like me that are meaner that probably, instead of like trying to troll Elle Beck,
Right.
they're trolling her, and she's probably getting the brunt of it.
Yeah.
And plus, she's in an industry that I feel is hard to come up in as a female, especially if you're
for
just
sure.
a valet.
Yeah.
You're singing a song. I'm sure she's taking a lot of heat.
That was another great match. Was Raquel Gonzalez and Io Shirai. That was in night 1. I enjoyed night 1 more than night 2. By the end of night 2, like I wanted to see Karrion Kross and Finn Balor. I wanted to see Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole. But I'd already watched like 5 hours of wrestling, and I was like, this is not a good sign for WrestleMania because I am I'm already burnt out, and it's Wednesday. WrestleMania doesn't start for another 2 days.
Yep.
But the fact that SmackDown was kind of a blow-off show really helped to like re-energize my okay, I'm ready for WrestleMania. I'm ready
because
for
you know,
stuff.
nothing that big was going to happen on SmackDown.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to see some of the faces that tease the matches that they think the people want to see the most.
Yep.
And you know, that was about the gist of it. But I mean, overall, I feel like even though I didn't see as much, but from reading, it seems like NXT was well done.
Yep.
The unsanctioned match between Adam Cole and Kyle.
Yep.
I saw I think I got up off the couch and moved to go to bed in the bedroom.
Yeah.
So I caught like maybe the first quarter of that. It was an okay match.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
They beat the hell out of each other.
Yeah, but I'm just like, what?
But no, if you get,
Undisputed Era is over. Okay, I get it.
if
But-
you get the opportunity, go back and watch Tommaso Ciampa and Walter.
Okay.
Because Walter is this giant. For those that don't know, including Albeck, Walter is this giant.
Shut up. Leave me alone.
He's this giant German guy that just hits people
Oh, he's German.
really hard.
Ausgezeichnet.
There you go. I thought he was because he was like an NXT UK champ, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And is he now officially part of the actual NXT brand? Or?
Because the NXT UK show hasn't had a very regular schedule since COVID hit, they've been bringing NXT UK guys onto the main show.
Okay, and
a
that's
little
where
bit
that
here
other
and
like
little
there's
bit
a
there.
weird tag team that all of a sudden came out of the blue.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't
But
understand what was going on with some of the UK athletes that were joining NXT.
Walter is amazing because he's not like he's about the size of like Kane, but he just wears regular black wrestling trunks, and he obviously does not work out.
Oh no, yeah.
Because
it's like
he's-
me, but like bigger and
Right.
slightly buffer.
And he just hits people really hard. Like at one point during the match, because he uses the chop, he went to chop Tommaso Ciampa and missed and hit the table, the announce table, and cracked the NXT.
Oh, like that
takeover
little
thing
sign that
in
goes on
half.
top to hide the monitors?
Yeah.
Oh,
just
wow.
Boom. And like.
Now you wonder, was that a spot? Do you think they had that
It was
pre-broke?
totally a spot.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, because you could tell the way it was jaggedly cut.
Okay.
It's like, okay, it was set up to be broken.
Like somebody broke that with the, I almost said the jigsaw. With a
Oh,
jigsaw. You might need a DMX that. R.I.P.
Now all I can think of is the scene in Spider-Man with Randy Savage.
Oh,
You got 5 minutes of pain in the cage with jigsaw.
Oh, no. Sounds messy.
It does. It does.
bring your own tissue.
Thank you, thank you, DMX. Rest in peace.
Yes.
But yeah, NXT Stand and Deliver was fantastic, and then we got into WrestleMania. Boy, having the live crowd really accentued.
Made it cool. It felt
WrestleMania.
good. Yeah, it felt like we're coming to the end of this pandemic situation. I
Right.
felt.
I mean, my first my first reaction when I saw the crowd is like, those people are not social distancing.
No, that's exactly what my fiance said. She's like, there were so many people so close together.
Yes.
With no masks.
Yes.
Like WWE WrestleMania is going to be like this super spreader event.
It's going to be an outbreak. Like
Yeah.
we're going to be seeing 3 weeks from now. We're going to be like, yeah, you remember all those people at WrestleMania? Yeah, well, at least 70% of them ended up with
those
COVID.
Florida numbers are going to start matching Michigan's.
Yeah. But at the same time, it really hammered home how much last year's WrestleMania was not. Like it was
So lackluster.
It was WrestleMania in name only.
Yep.
Because to see
But last year's WrestleMania, that was with like
No crowd.
zero crowd.
Zero crowd.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
even think they had monitors up yet. Did they have monitors for people
No.
to sit in and you could see
No.
their face? I think
There
it was just
they didn't even pipe
empty
in crowd
arena.
noise. It was just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a ring in a warehouse, and they did their best.
yeah.
I was going to say, just from the half listening I have been doing, joking aside, I'm glad to hear the review you guys are giving. Obviously, I didn't watch it. I didn't care.
Yeah.
But I was curious to hear what you guys were going to think about WrestleMania, because every time you guys have been reviewing a pay-per-view on the show,
Yeah.
it's been, why am I watching WWE? And this is the big one. This is the Super Bowl of wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, this is the one to not screw up. And
Yep.
obviously, you can't really fault them for last year because of the pandemic and everything.
Oh, for sure.
And especially that's the very beginning of the pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't know what
It's
the
still
hell
a
was going-
mystery.
Yeah, right. So I am glad to hear that you guys were, all things considered, happy with WrestleMania this year.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's a couple things that,
Sure, there
matches that
always
didn't work
is.
out right or that we
Yeah.
didn't go, and we'll get into that. But
Yeah.
there was absolutely, on the whole, it felt like a WrestleMania.
So this is probably the first time it felt like wrestling since the pandemic.
Kinda,
at least under WWE.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you've had some good things to say about AEW,
Yeah.
but
I'm
Yeah,
excited
no,
to
it
be able
was.
to catch AEW starting this week.
I know,
Every
because now
weekend.
NXT is on Tuesday, so you don't have to like choose which show you want to
Yeah.
watch, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And this is the last NXT thing we'll get to. But did you watch last night?
Fell asleep. What time did I fall asleep?
Because they had a really cool moment where Raquel Gonzalez, who won
I
the
saw-
NXT Women's Championship against Io Shirai,
Mhm.
gave a promo, and then Rhea Ripley, who won the Raw Women's Championship, and Bianca Belair, who won the SmackDown, came out. And like,
Oh, I saw a tweet. I didn't see that moment happen, but yeah, I saw
Yeah.
a tweet. No, I fell asleep right after. Is it Kushida
Kushida,
beat the
the cruiserweight guy.
yeah, the cruiserweight champion. I can't
Yep.
think of his name, but I know he's like the Latino,
Uh,
he's heel,
Legado de Fantasma or whatever.
something.
is
But he's
his
got those
faction.
two cronies, yeah, that come
Yep.
with him. So
But yeah, they had a real
fell,
cool. They had a
asleep
real
after that match.
real nice moment where the three girls who have all been in NXT for the last couple of years kind of are all the top of the mountain in
That's
all
cool.
their respective brands now.
And I just want to point something out because I think people have given me crap in the past for saying that NXT was like the WWE Farm League.
Yeah,
But you have two of the women that were on NXT are now WWE champions.
right.
So you're gonna tell me they didn't farm them from the NXT?
Oh no, that's how it works.
Like,
Yeah.
come on. So
The
I'm
way
not
you-
directed at anybody specifically, but if people want to give me crap for saying that NXT was the farm league for WWE.
Right,
To me, that's proof right there.
right.
You know, if the Detroit Tigers had a bunch of champions from the Toledo Mud Hens, on the World Series team, and they showed that, like, to me, that's the same thing. Drawing the
Right.
same conclusion. So back off, people who give me crap for saying NXT is the WWE farm league.
I mean, I'm an outsider, and the NXT thing was described to me, and it sounds to me that's exactly what it is, or at least
Yeah.
that's the idea behind it. It's what
Right.
it's modeled after, and of course, it's wrestling. It's not baseball, so it's going to be a little bit different than the farm leagues, but that's exactly what it is. It's the sports entertainment version of that.
Right. I think
know.
the thing that makes it the most fun too is that none of those wrestlers have been like invested in yet. So they can like you can wrestle a little bit more how you want to. They go a little bit harder because
Yeah.
they've got something to prove.
Yeah.
And you end up getting these
It's
matches
still got that
are-
gusto.
Yeah,
you know?
you get
Yeah.
these matches that are like way better.
The biggest difference between NXT and like a baseball farm league is that it does get national attention.
Yeah, exactly.
100%. Yeah, yeah.
You know,
yeah,
they
for sure.
but it's like we're talking like obviously there's tons of guys in independent wrestling that are working their way up. That's like the double and single A.
Yeah.
Where NXT you're up to triple A level.
Right.
Exactly. That's how I would describe it too. And I'm not saying these wrestlers aren't on the same caliber as WWE.
So back
superstars.
off, James.
There's definitely tons of wrestlers that are at the same caliber as a WWE superstar, but there's also some that still need some work.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. So what were some of your what were some of the highlights of WrestleMania?
Well, I didn't
for you?
realize the Fiend could just magically become unburned. I thought we were going to see Fiendy Kruger going up against Randy Orton, but he just
I was
magically
so
walks through a
excited.
tunnel, and all of a sudden he's transformed back into the normal Fiend.
I was so
with
excited.
the coolest entrance I've ever seen with that Jack in the Box.
Giant Jack in the Box.
You got sexy Alexa Bliss with her weird goth makeup on, and
Yeah.
turning the crank. You know, they have him pop out of the Jack in the Box. I thought that was cool. I can't believe Randy Orton beat The Fiend. I did not expect that.
I don't think anybody did.
Like, that was a
we
shock
figured
to
this
me.
was going to be the blow off of their feud, and that
Yeah.
The Fiend has to win, right? He has to get his revenge
Yeah.
for Randy Orton burning his house down 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's wild. And then The Fiend, is alluding that it had something to do with Alexa Bliss, because she shows up at the top of the Jack in the Box, all even more gothed out or whatever, looking like some
she had
weird...
that crown that all the black stuff came out of.
Yeah.
Made it looked like she was bleeding out of her.
So it's got a lot of
forehead.
curiosity. Like, what's the future of The Fiend and Alexa Bliss? Is Alexa Bliss essentially a female fiend-ish
That's what it
character
looks like.
now? Will we ever see Alexa Bliss back as what she was before?
I think, especially with a talent like Alexa Bliss, eventually they have to exercise whatever demon is possessing her, so you can get the regular Alexa Bliss back. But I also feel like she's having the time of her life. Like when she was in NXT, she had ring gear that looked like Freddy Krueger's
Sweater?
outfit.
Okay.
Yeah, his sweater. She had I think Friday the 13th gear and stuff. Like she's a horror movie fan.
I bet you that's why. So, she made an appearance. I know some of the dudes that are involved with putting on Astronomicon.
Yeah.
Much like who they are too. And they were able to get her to come to the Astronomicon last year. I wonder if that's because of her love
Maybe.
of horror and that type of cinema and that that realm of fandom. If that's why they were able to snag such a huge WWE superstar to that convention.
Yeah, that's entirely possible.
But, what else did I feel like the first night of WrestleMania broke my heart. Like every
Really?
person that I wanted to see win lost.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted to see New Day win. They went
Yeah.
down. I was like, oh, dude, they're taking the belts off the New Day.
Yeah.
And they're putting on AJ Styles and his goon.
And Omos.
I hope they're not going to hold on to those titles for too long. What other match was I bummed out? I don't remember the card, to be honest.
Let me see, because I got it pulled up here. It started with Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre,
Oh, yeah, Bobby Lashley won, right?
Yeah.
That broke my heart.
which was a little,
I was like, come on, I want Drew McIntyre to get that WWE WrestleMania moment he didn't get last year. Here it comes. He's gonna. Oh my gosh, he's in the Hurt Lock and he passed out.
Yep.
Oh,
How about the Riot Squad coming out dressed as Joker and
that
Harley
was very
Quinn?
cool. Heck
How
yeah,
cool
yeah,
is
that was a cool
that?
outfit.
But they lost to Natalya and Tamina, which Tamina got pretty emotional. She got her kind of WrestleMania moment,
Yeah.
getting to do the Superfly splash off the top rope.
And she's been with that company for so long.
Yeah.
And she's always done, side things here or there.
Right.
And to finally have that moment, at WrestleMania, because her dad's Superfly, right?
Yeah.
Doing her dad's move. That's
Jimmy Snuka?
Jimmy Snuka.
yeah. So that's
I knew
some cool
something.
moments.
We had Seth Rollins and Cesaro, which were great. What a great match.
Missed that match.
Oh,
I heard-
it was a
my
great
fiance
match.
even said it was really good.
Yeah, fantastic.
Cesaro won, I believe.
Yeah, Cesaro won that match.
Did he spin him too many times?
He did. He spun him like 23 times. He broke his record. Braun Strowman and Shane McMahon had their cage match, which
Yeah,
was
Braun won, right?
it happened, yeah.
Yeah, that was a shocker to me, but my heart, that really didn't affect my emotions.
right. Bad Bunny and Damian Priest defeated The Miz and John
Now
Morrison.
here's the thing: I hate Bad Bunny. I don't know anything about Bad Bunny other than he's a Grammy award-winning Latino artist, I believe. So he's
Yeah.
probably huge in the Latino community. That's awesome. But what I've seen in clips, because I was asleep during this match,
Yeah,
he looked like a professional wrestler.
he did.
Some of the moves he was pulling
John
off.
Morrison taught him some amazing stuff the last month or so.
So whatever they did to work with him, I have to give the man props. I might not enjoy you as a musician or a musical artist or a pop celebrity or whatever, but dude, he killed it in the ring during that match.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
and the night ended with Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair.
Oh,
and
that was a huge moment too.
that was
I actually
probably
woke up.
the most
when that started.
emotional part of WrestleMania.
Yep.
Like I enjoyed that when the match started, you could see Bianca Belair getting
Started
emotional.
to cry, yeah.
And Sasha could not look at her because
Yep.
she was like, if you
She
start
would've got-
crying, I'm going to start crying.
I almost started crying too. Once Michael Cole, I didn't even realize how important of a moment this was in WWE history.
Yeah.
Two African American women main eventing for a title
Yeah.
on WrestleMania. That's huge.
Yep.
So that made that moment even more special to watch.
Absolutely.
I wasn't falling back asleep. It was
Right.
literally I woke up. It was like destiny. I was supposed to watch this match.
Right.
I awake. The two women are in the ring, and the first thing Michael Cole says, "History in the making." The first match amongst black women for a title in WrestleMania history, and I was
Main
like,
event.
"Wow, we're watching history right now." So that was cool.
Yeah.
And I've liked Bianca Belair since I discovered her Not that I discovered her, but since I saw her
Since
on
you saw her
NXT,
for
the first time I saw her, I was
you're
like,
who is
this chick
chick?
is awesome. She comes in skipping,
She's
spinning
got
her
that
ponytail.
long hair and she'll whip people with
yeah,
it.
and I was like, who's this chick with the hair? It's like a video game move.
Yeah.
That's like the bad guys you'd fight in Streets of Rage, whip you with their hair.
Totally is.
Yeah, but she's here in reality, in real life. And I think I really like her as a personality in wrestling.
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to take a short break. We're going to cover night 2 of WrestleMania, and we've got some other streaming stuff to talk about. There's a new Zack Snyder movie on the way for Netflix, and we haven't even gotten into Falcon and Winter Solider.
Oof.
It's been, on for 4 or 5 weeks, and we haven't even talked about it. Not once in Nerd Radio, but we're gonna.
Do we have to?
Yes.
Damn it.